What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. A couple things to announce and talk about today, and then I'm also going to share my 5 favorite cards from the new set Darkness Ablaze, which is coming out today. I'm recording this just an hour or two before the set comes out on PTCGO, and today, August 13th, Thursday, you can start redeeming your codes for Darkness Ablaze and playing with the cards and trading the cards at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow and Friday you can buy packs on the PTCGO shop with coins. But first I wanted to let you all know that I'm doing a giveaway on Twitter. My Twitter is in the description down below. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is follow, retweet, and tag a friend. And I'm giving away 50 PTCGO Darkness Ablaze packs, a trainer toolkit, and a Pikarom battle deck code. So I'm doing 4 days of giveaways, so I'm going to be giving away something different each day for the next 4 days. Make sure you're involved in that. And I'll also be streaming Darkness Ablaze content every day on my Twitch. Link down in the description below, twitch.tv/Celio's Network. So if you're excited to see some new Darkness Ablaze content, I'll also be opening packs, building decks, everything like that. Be sure to come by the stream one of the days. And last, before we go into my 5 favorite cards in the set, shout out to PotownStore.com, the best place for you to get PTCGO codes, and make sure you are using code Celio for 5% off over there. So let's go into my top 5 cards, or my 5 favorite cards is how I want to phrase this, because I think so many people have done top cards or like the best cards of the set, top 10 countdowns, whatever. And most content creators are going to agree on like a lot of the top 10 because a lot of the cards are just objectively good. So I wanted to share my 5 favorite cards. Now some of them would also be in my top 10, but these are cards that I just really like the design of, or I'm excited to play with. And actually, for all of these, I think it's design purposes. Like, I'm just really happy with how the card was made. I think it's balanced and has potential. And I also am using this Google Drive where I've gotten all my proxies from, since Limitless does not have the set up yet at the time of recording this video. So for number 1, we're going to start out with Crowbat V. Now, this is one of those cards where I was saying, you know, this is on everybody's top 10 list because it's a very good card, probably the best card in the set. But I really like the design. So basically, it's just like Shaman EX. Night asset, once during your turn when you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. You can't use more than 1 night asset ability during your turn. So that clause that you can only use 1 of these a turn, really great, makes the card balanced and strong. So I really like Crowbat V. I'm happy it's a card we're getting. I'm glad it's in this set, and I'm glad they designed it exactly the way they did. So that one's a little shorter. Next is Rose Tower. So Rose Tower has a similar effect of the Oranguru from Sun and Moon base set with Instruct. Once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 3 cards in your hand. This is in a stadium form, but the same effect, which means that it can benefit both players. I really like this. It's kind of like a soft tropical beach, or you could even say it's like an Oranguru Instruct for both players, because it is like both of those things, very much so. So I like this, not only for its synergy with Rose the Supporter, which is not in my top 5 favorite cards, spoiler alert, but I like this as sort of a soft reset stamp counter, or just a little bit of extra draw power that you might need in specific decks. Maybe your deck doesn't have a stadium that fits in really well, like fire decks have Giant Hearth, like control or energy removal decks have Wondrous Labyrinth. Maybe you don't have that for the deck you're building. Rose Tower may be a good option, and I love cards that just add more choices to deck building, and I think this could also add a little bit of consistency, and that's always good too. So really like the design of Rose Tower. Next on my list is, where is it? Salamance VMax. So Salamance VMax, I am a sucker for damage spread, and I guess I should lump in Salamance V with the Salamance VMax as well here. So my number 3 is kind of like 2 cards in one. But the Transflate 30 to everything is just like a buffed up Flying Flip. Love Flying Flip. Tapu Koko was such a sick card. But Salamance VMax, actually on stream last night, I realized that I've been pronouncing Salamance as Salamance ever since the card came out, so my whole life has been a lie. But I really like the design of Salamance VMax, as well as the fact that Powerful Colorless Energy came out in this set, which buffs colorless attacks by 20 damage. So it has the Twin Sonic attack. It does 40 to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. It can be active and benched, or it could be 2 benched. If it's active and benched, Powerful Colorless Energy adds more damage to the active damage. I really like the decision making that goes along with Twin Sonic. It can be used for only 1 energy, so that means if you evolve this and you didn't get your energy acceleration for Max Wing, you're still doing something, which is very, very great. Excuse me. A downfall of some VMAXs have been they need that 3rd or 4th energy to do their main attack, and then if you don't get that energy acceleration on turn 2, you can't do anything. I like that Salamance VMAX can do something, and sometimes you want to use Twin Sonic to set up damage for later. And then, of course, Max Wing does 240 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon can't use Max Wing, but with a powerful colorless energy or 2, you can buff up that damage. You can also play Zigzagoons with this deck, especially to work around with the damage spread that Twin Sonic offers and that Transflate on the Salamance V offers. And I think you can build Salamance VMax so many different ways. I've seen builds from the YouTube channels Rare Candy and Omnipoke, and they've both put out some really interesting stuff for this with a kind of straight Salamence build with Tapu Koko Prism and just focusing on the powerful colorless energy and the damage spread using Scoop Up Nets and Galarian Zigzagoons. I really like that, but I think you could build this so many different ways, and I think we'll see a lot of creativity with this card. Even if not all of the builds become really great, usually just 1 or 2 variants of a deck will come out on top. It'll be cool to see all the different builds that come out of it, for sure. Next, we've got Decidueye. Decidueye, here we go. So, I love Decidueye. Stage 2 Pokemon, 140 HP. Pretty low on the HP, but it doesn't matter because of its ability Forest Camouflage. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by the attacks of your opponent's Pokemon V and Pokemon GX. Love that they did V and GX. Also note that V counts VMAX Pokemon. So I really like that, that blanket prevent damage effect from V and GX Pokemon. Now, it doesn't prevent effects, it only prevents damage, so damage counters can still be placed and things like that. And then Split Arrow for 2 energy does 90, 20, 20, so fairly efficient attack that you can start taking prizes with while you're walling off your opponent. So I expect Decidueye to be a pretty cool off-meta deck, and I love the design of the card. Not only the actual, like, effect design, but actually the art is just fantastic as well. And last but not least is a card I rant and rave about, actually, even though it's so simple, Birdkeeper. Birdkeeper is fairly simple, like I said. Supporter card, switch your active Pokemon, and then draw 3 cards. Now, some people thought this wouldn't be that good because it's so simple and so plain and doesn't really do anything crazy, but the effect of getting to switch and draw cards in just the value of 1 card, or like just the slot in your deck of 1 card, I really think that's great. Now, I am typically a fan of these simple supporters that have really nice effects, so it doesn't surprise me that this one would catch my eye. But I think this is really great, especially in pre-rotation with the power that Vikavolt has for something like the POG 2020 format. This is really good as a way to switch when Vikavolt's item locking you and you can't use things like your switches, your skateboards, your air balloons, etc. And you also get to draw 3 cards. So I expect this to pop up in decks from time to time when players feel like they need more switching outs, and they also want a consistency card, because this is not like adding in an extra air balloon or an extra switch or even an extra Mallow and Lana, because you're also drawing cards with this, which makes it really good in my eyes. So those are my 5 favorite cards from the set, and cards I'm excited to get to use in the new Darkness Ablaze set. Like I said, You can pick up codes right now at potownstore.com using code Celio for 5% off. And I'm also holding a giveaway over on my Twitter. I'll be streaming Darkness Ablaze stuff every day this release weekend, and from there I stream regularly as well. So check out my Twitch if you're interested in some live Pokemon TCG content, especially Darkness Ablaze going on right now. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and leave a like on the video if you did enjoy this. Let me know what your 5 favorite cards from the set are. Hope you have a good day. I'm excited for the Darkness Ablaze release. Hope to see you over on Twitch. And if not, I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.